and welcome. You're watching Unplugged TV India. This is Alice Francis. Let's begin with top stories from around the world. Birbhum violence, Bengal CM announces rupees 5 lakh compensation and job to family of king. Days after the horrific violence in Birbhum district, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee on Thursday met the family of 8 people killed in the violence. CM Mamata Banerjee announced rupees 5 lakh compensation each and one member of each family will be given a job. She announced that financial aid of rupees 2 lakh will be given for reconstruction affected to the houses. Additional rupees 50,000 for families who lost children. 2 of the 8 who died were children. Following the blame game from the opposition parties, Mamata said strict action would be taken against senior police officers in the area. She said there is a big conspiracy. Police will do impartial investigation and take stringent actions. Police have arrested 23 people so far. One of those arrested was held in connection with the bomb attack that killed Sheikh, while the rest have been held over the fires and deaths. 2 cases have been filed and a special team is leading investigations, police informed. As per preliminary findings of the forensic experts, the victims were first badly beaten up and then burned alive. Delhi court denies bail to Umar Khalid in Delhi riot larger conspiracy case. Umar Khalid, a former JNU student, was denied bail on Thursday in connection with a charge claiming a bigger conspiracy in the Delhi riots of 2020. After the verdict was postponed multiple times earlier this month, additional sessions Judge Amitabh Rawat issued the ruling on March 3. The Karkodama court reserved the order. The northern eastern sections of Delhi saw huge riots and violence in February 2020 during a protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act, with 53 people killed and over 700 injured. Over 150 students hospitalized after consuming food during Bihar Diwas celebration. More than 150 school students were hospitalized at Patna Medical College and Hospital when they complained of uneasiness after consuming lunch during Bihar Diwas celebration. The students were admitted following complaints of stomach ache and vomiting. Dr. Vibha Singh, civil surgeon, informed that over 156 students have been admitted for treatment and are in a stable condition. The district magistrate has formed a committee to investigate the matter about the quality of food served at the event. The event was held in Patna's Gandhi Maidan on March 22 after a gap of 3 years due to COVID-19 pandemic. An update from the sports world: Mahendra Singh Dhoni has handed over the captaincy reins at Chennai Super Kings to Ravindra Jadeja ahead of the start of the 15th season of the Indian Premier League. CSK opens the campaign against Kolkata Knight Riders in Mumbai in the season opener at Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. On their website, the franchise confirms the move, saying Dhoni will continue to represent Chennai Super Kings this season and beyond. Dhoni, who was brought by CSK in the inaugural season in 2008, has led CSK to 4 titles in his 12 seasons as captain. Under Dhoni, CSK established themselves as the most consistent franchisee in the league, qualifying for the playoffs every season barring one. Now some global updates. Day 30 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Here's what you need to know. It is 1 month since the war in Ukraine began with the Russian invasion on February 24. From 2 a.m. on February 24 until midnight of March 2022. There had been 977 confirmed and verified civilian deaths in the war. As per data from the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, 1,594 people are injured. The UN agency warns that this number could be much higher because of delays in transmission of casualties. Numbers from the areas that have been bombarded and intense fighting continues. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has called for global protests against Russia's invasion. In a new video late on Wednesday, Zelenskyy said Russia's attack on Ukraine was an attack on freedom everywhere.
The war of Russia is not only the war against Ukraine. Its meaning is much wider. Russia started the war against freedom as it is. This is only the beginning for Russia on the Ukrainian land. Russia is trying to defeat the freedom of all people in Europe, of all the people in the world. It tries to show that only crude and cruel force matters. It tries to show that people do not matter, as well as everything else that make us people. That's the reason we all must stop Russia. The world must stop the war. I thank everyone who acts in support of Ukraine, in support of freedom, but the war continues. The acts of terror against peaceful people go on. 1 month already. That long. It breaks my hearts of all Ukrainians and every free person on the planet. That's why I ask you to stand against the war, starting from March 24th, exactly 1 month after the Russian invasion. From this day and after then, show your standing. Come from your offices, your homes, your schools and universities. Come in the name of peace. Come with Ukrainian symbols to support Ukraine, to support freedom, to support life. Come to your squares, your streets. Make yourselves visible and heard. Say that people matter, freedom matters, peace matters, Ukraine matters. From March 24th, in downtowns of your cities, all as one together who want to stop the war.
Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden is in Europe for a series of meetings with Western allies. He will address a NATO summit, then meet European Union leaders at a G7 summit. He is expected to announce a further series of sanctions against Russia, this time against Russian parliamentarians. Biden is also expected to ask European leaders for more aggressive economic actions against Russia. On the other hand, Vladimir Putin wants Europe to pay for gas only in rubles. President Vladimir Putin said Wednesday Russia will only accept payments in rubles for gas deliveries to unfriendly countries, which include all European Union members after Moscow was hit by unprecedented sanctions over Ukraine. Immediately after his announcement, the rubles, which had plummeted since the start of the Ukraine conflict, strengthened against the dollar and euro while gas prices rose. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said Britain would send 6,000 missiles and $33 million in financial aid to Ukraine's army amid the ongoing Ukraine-Russia war. Britain will also provide 4.1 million for the BBC World Service to help support its Ukrainian and Russian language services and tackle disinformation. The announcement came ahead of NATO and G7 summits on Thursday. South Korea fires multiple missiles in response to North Korea's weapon launch. South Korea has fired missiles in response to what is thought to be North Korea's largest intercontinental ballistic missile test level on Thursday. The test confirmed the military was capable of precision strike if needed against the location of any North Korean missile launch and its command system, the South Korean Joint Chief of Staff stated. Myanmar army denies committing genocide against Rohingya Muslims. Myanmar military has said that it did not commit genocide against Rohingya Muslims. Junta spokesman Zaw Min Jun, however, admitted that crimes have been committed by personnel on an individual level. The statement comes after the US formally declared that Myanmar's army committed genocide against Rohingyas. Over 7 lakh Rohingyas were reportedly driven out of their homes in 2017. Thank you for watching Unplugged TV India. Please hit like, subscribe and share if you haven't hit the button yet. This is Alice Francis signing off.